and welcome to AMG FiveM, first video for the channel. So what I'm going to do today is to show you how to create a basic server. So future videos will be for frameworks like 𝗪𝗁𝗀, ESX, things like that. So this is going to be a basic server without any framework, so that's the first tutorial. So what you do, so you go to this PC if you're using Windows 11 or Windows 10, or minimize. So what we're going to do, for me, is select projects. That's the drive. FiveM servers. We've got development servers, the area where we're going to use. In that's empty drive. So in that development server, you need, the best thing to do is to create a folder so you know what that server is. So because it's going to be a basic, just no framework, I'm going to call it BAS. That's good. Let's keep everything lowercase. Basic dash server. Return. That's your folders. Next, you want to do another folder called Cfx.re-server-data. That's what you do. So I'll explain why that is. So in that CFX server data will be your resources and your CFG when they are created, and like your image file if there's one. Before that will be your artifacts. So what you'll do for the artifacts, which you'll need, FiveM documents. When I can find the right one, that is, it's 𝗪master. So you want documents. So when you go to the documents, which I got, I'll put the link in the description. So the first thing you see there, what you'll want is your key. So you need the CFX key. Sign in, new server. You then type in, like I'm going to do, FiveM demo, or I'm going to do basic so I know what it is. Basic server, and I'm going to type, which will be a home hosted. So I'll explain about the others in another video. So I'm going to use home hosted. Then my service provider, Virgin Media. Then I will need the public IP address. So what you'll do is you'll type in my IP address. Then you scroll down and it will show on the left side. On mine it's blurred out or hidden for the video. What you'll do, right click, copy, close the browser, go to where you've got your IP address, then you right click, paste, then your IP address will be that's your public IP address. Then what you'll do, you'll tick the box for capture, then you click generate. When that's done, you'll see a different screen. There's your key, the registered key. To check that, there it is. But if if you think somebody else has got the key, even though they won't have, or you can regenerate that and you click copy. And I'm going to close the browser window again. So what I'll do, open up a text file using Notepad. So create the text files. What I'll do, I will Control and V. So there it is. That's the CFX key, which I need for later. I'll move that to one side for the time being. So then what you want to do is you get your artifacts. So what you'll do there, you'll see an area called setup a vanilla server. So you have two type things there. So you don't need this unless you're doing it the manual way or the old way, but I'm going to use TXadmin. Also, you won't need any of this if you're using TXadmin, it's done for you. So what I will do is select Windows, because I'm using a Windows server. There is one for Linux, if you use a Linux server, but I don't use Linux, so I select Windows. Now we're going to use the latest, not the latest recommended or latest optional, because they'll be a little bit out of date. So I want 6511, which was created on the 15th of the 6th 2023 at 12:26. So we're going to download 6511. Then I want to go to my downloads area. Then you've got the two folders, so I'll get rid of that one with the one. Then you want server 7Z, so what I'll do is double click on that. Then you've got an extractor that opens. So what I'll do, close that downloads. So what I'll do, should be the same for every extractor. You've got an area called edit in your menus area. So you go edit, select all turn blue. Then what you should be able to do is drag and drop. Yep, it's done that. If not drag and drop, right click, copy everything and paste it in. So I'm now going to close the extractor because I'm happy with that now. So remember the key, you'll need that. I will need that in a minute. So it's a basic server, so you won't need database or SQL database, anything like MySQL, nothing like that. I'll show you about all that in the next video or a separate video. So what you'll do, scroll down, or make sure don't highlight it. Scroll down till you see, there it is, FxServer.exe executor. So what you'll do is you'll then double click or right click and open, and then you'll get a Windows protected. So one thing to remember you've got to do, as I almost forgot, is you've got to open up your firewall. So you'll need the firewalls open on your router, which is the thing your computer is connected to via Ethernet if it is, or your laptop connects to via Wi-Fi, or any electrical device that uses the internet will connect to the router. So you've got to open up the firewalls on there. I can't show you because every router is different around the world and for different service providers. I'm with Virgin Media, so for me, when I have to log in, then I go to security and then port forwarding, and you'll see an area where you create the ports. So I can't really show you that because it's a different thing. So, but you've got to open up the firewall on your computer, like the port. So what I'm going to do, show you this. So what you'll do, click start, firewall. So the reason you need your firewall open is for data to go out and for data to be seen. So people can see your server on FiveM as well as the TX admin. So it is Windows Defender, Advanced Security, or Defender Firewall. See what's opens, right? Got both. So if you do get this window with the green private network bit, just click Advanced Settings. I can now close that down. Let me get rid of that blue one and that. So what I've got to do is open up the ports. So I need at least, so there is, I'll explain. So you click on inbound rules. You don't need outbound or the other two. So then you will click new rule. Drag that over. You're probably wondering why it keeps starting on the left and right. It's because I have an ultra wide monitor. That's why. That's what you see there, ultra wide. So I'll go back to that. So what you do then is you click port. Then you click next. Remember I was going to say something about TCP and UDP. So I'm going to do the port to the TCP of it. Now I'm going to do a range of ports. You can do them separately with a comment, but it's better to do a range. So I'm going to start with, this will be for the FX server, so 30120. Then I'm going to put dash. So I need a range open there. So actually I don't need 30120 for the computer one, do it. 30130, because I can't use 20. My main one uses that, so it's 30130 dash, and I'm going to put 30160. So I've got 4 ports there, the use of range. So what I'll do then, I'll click next, allow the connection, you click next again, make sure they ticked all the boxes, domain, you click next again, then give it like a name so you recognize. So I'll do FiveM dash, actually no, 𝗪𝗁𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀. So you'll give the server a name, then you'll type in like I do, or different name of your choice, FX-server. So I'm going to copy that part there for later. Then you'll click finish. So that's the UDP ports done. So the way to find out that, you'll see them there. Right, so we're going to do new rule again. Then you want port, next, and you want UDP. So again, I'll do the range 301, 30, actually 30 dash 30160. Then you'll click next again, like before, next again, and give a name so you can identify it. And there they are, UDP and TSP. That's for your FX server. Now you need the ports for your TX admin. So what you'll do, again, click port, next, TCP, which ought to be. I'm not sure if part of it uses UDP, but I'll do that as well. So what you want is, remember, the port is 40120, but my computer server's using that, so I can't have that. So I want 40130 dash, if you hear any banging it's coming from elsewhere, so 40160, that's the range of ports. Then you'll click next again, domain, you'll click next again, then you want to give it a name, so TX admin, that's it, so I can identify it. Then you'll click finish. Then now we're going to do the UDP one to repeat, port, next, port range 401 30 dash 40160. Next, click next again, and the same again for the name so I can identify it, TX admin. That's so I know what they're for, because they will move like if you refresh or anything. So try show this. No, can't. Actually I can refresh if it, yes they have. So the ports are open. So when you've done that, close your firewall window, then we'll go back to your server. What you want to do now is double click the FX server executor, the pink icon, or open. You should get a window that tells you to open on your computer. On your server it might not do, so click run anyway. I'm just waiting for it to run. So I'm going to minimize that way, so I'll just show you what it's supposed to see. Just give it a second to run. There it is, creating scripts. It's just prompted for another file open, which is unusual, but I'll open that anyway. Then you'll see some other information. Now the window's just open, localhost, so it's 0968. If you see that there, you'll have information above, which is about your localhost, which is your public IP address that will show, but it's not recommended to give that to folks. So what I'm going to do, so you make sure the number you see on your browser matches the one on your console. Then you'll click link account. So I've already signed in to the FX server account, and there it is. So I'm then going to create the admin password. So your account when it creates is the main password. Just remember that. So then you've got next. So it'll show you what you do. You've got welcome to FiveM Gaming, or your name you'll see. So what you'll do, you'll click next. You got it. So you want to put a name in there. It's something you identify. So I'll put basic. It's what will show on the console when you reboot or something. So you'll click next again when you start it. So you've got 4 options there. So remember, this is going to be a basic server. So don't use the other 3 unless you know what you're doing. I'll explain about that in another video. Existing server. So I'm going to use the popular recommended recipes. So you've got, there we go. So see there, you've got Cfx default, ESX legacy, QB core framework, Cfx default FiveM, and the VORP core roleplay FiveM. So I presume that one there is for Reddit default, but what I'm going to select is the default FiveM. These are 2 I'll show you in another video separate, so as not to confuse, but I'm going to, for this video, the Cfx default FiveM. And there we go, it's now prompting. Now you need to know the file area, so what I'm going to do is change the path, open up your folder where the folders are again, because that isn't the matching area what I'm seeing there, it looks different. So what you'll do, scroll right the way up, go into your CFX server data, open that up, highlight what's in the address bar, right click and copy. Leave that the way a moment. What you'll do is delete everything that's in there, then you'll click paste, then you'll click save, and it'll go to recipe deployer. Now there won't be a database, so it's just basic. So then you'll click next again. Now remember the key you want, the license key, so I require, that's why I've saved it to one side. Copy that, minimize, paste, run the recipe. It's now running the basic server. Done. That's completed. Then we'll click next. It will show the server CFG which is created for you. Now what you'll need to do, so you can see your server on FiveM, so you've got your license key, you can ignore that, let me just pick a space there for what you need to change. 2 things, so you've got your host name, because otherwise you'll be looking for, well you won't know what you're looking for. So what I'm going to do is change the name there, so I'm going to put AMG basic server. So you probably wonder about AMG, it's adrianmcmastergaming, that's what that stands for. So we're going to put AMG basic server. I'm going to put, for the project name, AMG server project, so I can verify what I'm looking at. Then the recipe, what have we got? Making sure you get this in the correct place, so take that out of there. So project, so which will be AMG basic server project. That's it, that's all you need to do. So you don't need to add any group admin things because they are done for you. When you've done that, click save. So the server, I think, is rebooting, or if it hadn't, wait for it to complete what's there, the yarn, the egg node, wait for it to complete that. Complete, that's it, saying complete, that it does your chat. So what I'm going to do for this thing, I'm going to stop the console, completely close that down. Now if you want to have the shortcut on your desktop, you'd have to create a shortcut, so I need to go back into the server area, making sure I'm looking at the right one. So if you're wondering where the bat is, that should be created. There it is, it's created. Actually outside, which is the right, yeah, it is correct, outside, correct that. you've got basic, there's your bat file. So the port will be 30120, I think it's using. Let me double check that with TXadmin. So I'm going to log in. Saved, so it saves the username and password. So I can check with the live console. Yep, it's completely booted. So what I'm going to do now is go to FiveM and do a test of this. So you go to FiveM. So what I need to do is to look for the save name. Now I could connect to Neptune LAN, but that's not going to do. That's what I'm going to do is look for the server in the actual server listings. It's called AMG. And there it is. It's just got AMG basic. It's there, basic server. I'm going to click connect, so you'll know if it's your server. If you look for Boost, it should be some information you can see. Normally there is. If I look, players, resources, where you can also see the actual, where, you know, for people to join. I'm looking for the server owner, players, there, there it is. If you're not sure it's yours, let me explain what that is. So if you see this information here about your port 30120, and there it is, that's because your port is wrong. So I'll show you what you want to do. We close FiveM. That's something I was wanting to show you this. So what you'll do, go back to where your server is. So your port, let me just double check that on the server CFG. So I need to alter that to 30130, because for my computer 30120 isn't open. It's already been used. I can't put that on the root. It's already been used by the server. So I've got the ports are now changed. I should have auto save. Yes, there it is, auto save. Then what I need to do, so I need to change the ports there. So what you'll do on your default bat, right click, open, show more options in Windows 11, open with code. So you're probably wondering what to do. It's this you need to change, because it's using the default port. So what you want to do, type in TXadmin and bringing that up, and you will see there should be a GitHub. There's information on the GitHub that will show you. Well, there it is. What to do. So what I want to do is set TXadmin port. Just copy that information. Don't copy the other bits in there, because it'll be, you know, it won't match what yours is. So what I'm going to do is plus set. Then what I want to do is change that port to 40130, like that. See? So all you need to do, close the window. So what I'll do now is close the editor, minimize, restart the server, which I can't do it via the shortcut. I don't think I can. No, I thought not, because the shortcut doesn't match. So what I'll do is open up the bat file, which is doing now, and I should say 40130. Yep, I do. And what I'll do is to verify what happens now. If I do, so it can't open up with that port, it isn't there. So if I change the last two numbers, 30, and what I'll do, I'll bookmark that on my browser. Done. There it is. Log in. So I'm seeing information there about somebody logging in, which is me. So I'll go to the console again, the live console. There it is. It's all there, the information. You won't need to do anything in settings. on with Infinity. It's done that for you. You don't really need to do anything out of the build. You can do it via the TX admin, or you can use your config editor, but that's for another video. So please do not put in the comments, why haven't I done this, why haven't I done that. They'll be in the next videos, which will be, as mentioned, I'll mention at the end of the video. So give me a second while I go to FiveM and AMG server project. There it is. If I'm searching, then I'm going to do connect, and there we are. That's your basic cat-like server with a basic character, with whatever you do with a basic character. If you know the coding and all that, you can make your own server, which fortunately I can't do that because I don't know how to do coding. So this is your FiveM server. It's using the Grand Theft Auto 5 game. You have got the F8 console in case you see any funny information in there, which looks like that. So I use it to see other information, which is on the top left. You see it there, what my frames are per second, 120. So I've got really good frame rate. Folks there with the mobile phones, that's a modern thing, isn't it? So that's it for the video. So that's how you do things. And to come out of your server, you'll do, go back, just type in quit. There won't be any commands because there's no frame rate running to give a command. That's for the next video. So remember, the next video will be how to set up a 𝗪𝗲𝗀𝗀𝗀 server from scratch, because a lot of you want to know how to do that. So with that I'll show you how to set up the server and how to install the SQL. So that'll be that and what you've got to do. So as always with the videos, if you have liked this one, please click like. If you want to see more from me, please click subscribe, and I'll be back with another video very soon, so I hope to see you in the next one.